This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, the good news is, Arn, back here on the 2nd of May, you're back in Horseman country. You're in Greenville at the Municipal Auditorium. That night, Dusty teamed with Dr. Death, and they defeated you and Tully in a non-title lights-out match. A note I found in the research was that the Midnight Rider was originally advertised instead of Dusty, but again, that angle's changed. Midnight Rider entered on April 30th, so that's that to be determined at the end of that advertisement, I'm sure. And then from Dorton Arena on May 5th, 1,900 people watched a JCP television taping that wouldn't be aired until May 21st. So, yeah, they had to wait a while to see that one on TV. It's an NWA Pro show, and Barry wrestled the Italian Stallion. And following the match, Jim Ross conducted an interview with Windham and James J. Dillon. Dusty comes out, confronts Windham. The fans in Raleigh are treated to the beginning of another chapter in the Horseman-Dusty rivalry. Arn, let's take a look at what happened in Raleigh that night.
I don't know what Dillon is saying.
I'm not going to get in the ring and we'll get that claw hold off, I'll tell you that there.
Jim Ross now up under the apron, trying, and he broke the code. Finally, Windham gave it up. Let's see if Ross can talk with him.
If I could, I'd like to ask you one question. If I could take that much time to ask you one question. There was one man that went a long time. He brought you along in your career a great deal, and you can't deny that. How are you going to look Dusty Rhodes in the eyes and justify your actions?
Dusty Rhodes means nothing to me, and he never has. Nobody in this building means a thing to me. What have you ever done for me? I'm the only one. I've bled, sweat. I've done all the work for everybody. I'm the one that never looked like I was anything. Dusty Rhodes never did anything for me. I lived in his shadow, and never again will I. I'm with the Four Horsemen now. They are my friends. They stand for what I stand for. The unity as a team. We are the elite.
Well, maybe you can address that question right here.
Let me ask you something. Are you prepared to do what you're trying to do? Can you look me in the eye after all these years and call yourself a man? Barry Windham, can you look me in the eye? Dusty Rhodes with a right hand and James J. Dillon as he threw it down. Arn Anderson was there. He goes down. Now here's Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson as they hold a dream. And you see Windham now with that claw locked under the head of the dream.
Windham's got the claw on the American Dream, and he's got it cranked in. Windham, I've never seen this crowd is erupting. Lex Luger's here. Luger and Windham are locked together like wild animals. Well, we got to get this together. Rhodes has been busted open.
All up in the ring. Continue to go at it, fans.
Rhodes has been busted open from the claw of Barry Windham. And
He's got it on Luger
He's got
now.
it on Luger. The ring is filling up. It's pandemonium into Dorton Arena. And we'll be right back. We'll be right back. All right, we're looking at the Horsemen right now. Barry Windham with definite smile on your face.
I'm telling you something right here. And Dusty Rhodes, if you want to taste more of what just happened, you keep sticking your nose in my business. Lex Luger, that's only a taste of what's going to happen to you. You keep messing with my group of men. Now right here, the Four Horsemen, they stand for what I am. And right now I am at the top of my game. I'm the very best. And I may never reach a higher peak. Right here is where the Horsemen are, and Barry Windham is at the top of that heap. Dusty Rhodes, you think that you are above the law? You had the Midnight Rider thrown out. You had the whole thing gone through in litigation, and now you're back in action, just like you always were. It's no secret to me. It's no secret to anybody out there. Lex Luger, you're still a crybaby, and I remember when you were crying at my feet, crying for me to help you. You were never any type of help to me. I always carried your load. You rode on my shoulders and rode the high horse. Well, I did all the work. Well, it's never going to happen again. The Four Horsemen are going to ride high like never before. The Nature Boy, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and our elite and illustrious manager, James J. Dillon, are going to take us to new heights that we possibly have never attained before. Everyone out there knows what we are capable of, and you know what we're going to do. Like everyone's been saying, it's going to be a long, long summer, but let me tell you what, the guys on the other side of the track are the ones that are going to be sweating and bleeding all summer long, because we're out here to do what we do best, and that's to hurt everybody out there. Feelings or whatever it may be, this is a standard of excellence in professional wrestling today.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see the Horsemen.
So there it is, Arn. Barry Windham, first of all, I got to say, the pandemonium in the crowd once again, but Jim Ross and Bob Caudle together, first of all, legendary Bob Caudle, loved Bob. But Jim Ross brings the passion when he's screaming pandemonium. Pandemonium's breaking loose. Dusty Rhodes is bleeding. Oh, so good on the commentary.
It's so critical to what we do. You know, they tell you what you're watching, and they point out maybe some things that you didn't notice about what you were watching, and the reason for it, and what is the story behind it, and how did we get here? You know, all those things. They are so critical to what we do, and JR is certainly going to go down in history as one of the best.
Yeah, for those of you that weren't able to see the video of it, Dusty, like so many times before, he finds himself on the receiving end of a Horseman beat down, and we have Luger running in to make the save, Nikita and others. But Windham's involved in every match and every finish regularly, costing the faces the match against Flair. Arn, Barry is legit over and a well-established superstar, but was this process the means of making him even more of a Horseman? And what I mean by that is the presentation. It's such a 180-degree turn from what people saw all the way to the match in Jacksonville.
Well, Barry, the one thing, and I like to, when we're tearing, you know, these things apart, I like to tell the truth. Barry on this particular promo was feeling his way through. I don't think he was exactly comfortable with self-promotion, and that's what this promo was geared to be. Put yourself over. Make me want to gag on what you're saying. Barry had done the right thing for so long and had been such a straight arrow for so long and done the right thing and been such a baby face over the years. It's hard to just, on a dime, just turn into a real asshole.
Yeah.
So he struggled a little bit, if you notice, with this promo. You know, he could have said a lot less with a lot more conjecture, a lot more feeling, and just trimmed it down and just been as arrogant, you know, as he needed to be. He will get better as time goes on, I assure you.
What I did notice was almost not a verbal cue, but a physical cue where you guys just started forming your hands together as almost a sign to, hey, it's time to wrap it up.
That's exactly what it was. And Barry got it right away. And, you know, sometimes you get a feel for it that it's on the verge, it's going from being good to being a little redundant. And that's where somebody needs to step up, and somebody would always put that hand in when they felt it was time to shut her down.
There you go. That was fun. Yep, totally noticed it.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.